have a cloud-based viewer that supports various file formats, including PDFs, CAD drawings, BIM models, photos, videos, and Office documents. So users doesn't have to get separate viewers for different file formats. So all they need is a browser and VueOps SiteLine. So the second aspect we focus on is warranty ticketing. So this module bridges the gap between construction and operation and helps the building owners to manage their post-construction warranty process. So that's number two. Number three we focus on is a crucial facilities management workflow, which is underserved right now in the market, which is change management. So SiteLine plays a pivotal role in change management, allowing users to keep the drawings up to date, keep the information up to date, in terms of reflecting all the changes, all the tenant improvements, asset replacements, renovations, and more. So in summary, SiteLine is a comprehensive solution for managing facility operations and adapting to the evolving needs of facilities. With that, we'll move into the recent release highlights that we rolled out in 2024 that's specifically designed to cater the needs of building technicians and facility administrators. So I would like to start with a couple of key enhancements that we rolled out earlier this year. So this is already in the hands of customer that gained a lot of traction. So the number one is collections. So collections are easiest way to save frequently used documents into a collection. So for example, users can create collections for floor plans, evacuation plans, life safety plans, and instantly access them. That is one aspect of collections. And also administrators can create these collections and instantly share them with internal team members. So all the team members can instantly have access to these collections. And number three is ability to share these collections with external users, such as vendors, consultants, third-party engineers who might not have access to VueOps SiteLine. In most cases, these documents are shared with external parties where they have to register for the application. So we removed that blocker where users can instantly access these documents without needing to sign up for VueOps SiteLine. So these are the key collection features that gained a lot of traction with our users. We rolled out this feature called Unified Search. Building technicians often need to access information to quickly troubleshoot issues or support work orders. Let me just go back to that. When a SiteLine user is searching for a particular key term, previously SiteLine used to search for all the documents and give document results. So if a user is specifically looking for an asset information or location information, they have to switch between modules to consume that information. So to address this challenge, we have rolled out a couple of significant enhancements to search that gained a lot of positive feedback. So number one is giving useful suggestions. So when a user is searching for a term, say a delta room or a roof or an asset, VueOps start providing useful suggestions. Say, hey, are you looking for a location? Are you looking for an asset? So users can pick what they want to look at, and immediately VueOps renders all that information that is related to an asset or a location. So if a user wanted to search across the different data types, they can simply say, search for all sort of information. Now VueOps presents all the document results, all the asset results, all the location results in a more comprehensive way. Then user decides how they want to consume this information. This significantly saves time in terms of finding information. This is very similar to how Google presents results when you're searching for a key term. So when somebody is searching for a key term, Google presents all the tweets, all the news, all the web links that is related to that. We're taking a similar approach and then providing all the results, and users can decide how they want to consume that information. So this enhancement gained a lot of traction and provide a key insight in terms of how the user wanted to view this information. So what we understood is users are looking for a simple, familiar 2D floor plan interface to navigate the building floors assets. and access the rich information directly from the floor plans. 3D models are great, but it comes at the cost of navigation and skill set. So users are very, very familiar with 2D floor plans, and they wanted to consume all of this information in the framework of floor plans. So in the last quarter, we put significant amount of effort into creating this concept of interactive floor plans. So interactive floor plans is basically layers of information that is grounded to a floor plan. So in most cases, these are architectural floor plans, serves as a base. And the layers of information could be space information, asset information, it could be building changes, it could be maintenance tickets. So all of these combines to form interactive floor plans. So just wanted to start with a small example from our demo site where you can see the architectural floor plan serves as a base here. And then I can see all the location information color-coded pointing to a particular space. We'll go more in detail about what it can do for the user. Next layer is all the asset pins that is kind of grounded to the floor plan. So this is one of the best ways to consume information because users are already familiar with the floor plans. And all the changes can also be highlighted on the floor plan and connected to the as-built drawings, product information, O&M manuals, and all of those. So coming back to this layers of information, this is not just asset pins or location maps. So these are intelligent objects. For example, if I search for an asset or if I click on an asset, in this case, I'm clicking on an electrical panel, which is sitting right here. When I click on the electrical panel, immediately in the same interface, VueOps gives you all the information about the electrical panel. So giving what is the product name, model number, manufacturer, serial number, barcode, and all of the information a technician would need to know to do a triaging or to address a work order. Similarly, he can click on the documents and get all the documents related to the electrical panel. It could be a maintenance manual, it could be a product data, it could be a submittal, or it could be any tickets that have been performed on that asset. So this kind of gives a comprehensive view for facilities team, both the technicians and managers. Same thing is applicable for locations. When I click on a location, it gives me all the information about the location, like area, what type of location it is, and then all the related documents, what would be the finish schedule for this location, what is the furniture plan, and what is the call out, what is the section. So all these documents are coming up just by clicking on it. So this context is crucial for effective facilities management and operation. Providing this kind of user-friendly 2D floor plan interface can significantly enhance the usability and efficiency of SiteLine, ensuring that users have like quick and intuitive access to this information when they need it. So one of the big problems that we are trying to solve is the amount of time it takes to find that information. So we're trying to cut down on the time spent on finding information. So to take it to further, right, we are also introducing this quick navigation. So what I mean by that is anytime a user open an asset or a location, they see these little icons, view in 2D, view in 3D. Just by clicking on it, VueOps takes the user to that location, zoom into the location, gives all the information about the location. Same thing is applicable for 3D. So just clicking on the 3D model takes the user to the location or an asset, zoom into that asset or location and give all the information about the asset or the location. So this kind of provides a seamless integration between 2D and 3D without the cost of navigation, time spent on navigation. So this is one of the key enhancements we rolled out, and we believe customers will love these enhancements moving forward. So I'm going to move on to the next key enhancement is floor plans, navigation, and management. So search is great, right? Search is really useful for particular use cases when a user is trying to find information about a product, user is trying to find information about the assets. But if the user just wanted to access floor plans or discipline-specific floor plans, they wanted to access all of these documents with just one click. So we are introducing these floor plans as just one-click option to get in. If I would recommend for you guys to go after this webinar and look at it, this would be the feature. So just by clicking on the floor plans, user would be able to go into this kind of a floor plan view where all these floor plans are organized in a very consumable way. So you have a building, you have floors, and you have all the floor plans lined up in a discipline-specific and also architectural floor plans and also discipline-specific floor plans. So this kind of streamlined access allows users to view and navigate between different floors effortlessly. And one important point I wanted to add is how these how these floor plans are anchored. Each of these floor plans are anchored to locations. So when I go to floor 1, I see all my floor 1 floor plans and discipline level floor plans. Similarly, if I go to another level, I would see that. So it's all organized in a very methodical way, which is easier for users to consume. So this is another key enhancements that we rolled out. So just tagging along in that same flow, we have great way to consume this information. But a big challenge faced by the facilities team is keeping those drawings up to date. So how do we make sure the facility technicians are always consuming the latest information? This is one of the big challenges, especially because building undergoes numerous changes during its life cycle. So every change has documents associated with it, such as as-built, CAD drawings, BIM models, product information, photos, and videos. So having this sort of a central place for all these changes and also grounding them to a floor plan is a big challenge. So in many cases, the changes are significant. So the floor plans are updated, but in many instances, there are these little tenant improvement projects where the foundational floor plans are not updated. So we looked at this challenge deeply, and we introduced a few key features that kind of supports the change management process. So I'll start with the first way is updating the floor plans. If a change is significant, if the original floor plan went through a significant change, we are providing ability to version the floor plan. So what is so different about the versioning that we do? So one thing that we are trying to do is we are trying to keep all the information that is sitting on the floor plan intact. So when a user put in all the assets, location changes on a floor plan, everything stays intact if we create a version of the document. So we provide best-in-class auditing and version management. So users can be confident that the drawings that they're looking at is latest and up to date. So that is easier way to manage drawings, right? If there is a significant change. But for small changes, what users can do is users can mark up the areas that's changed. In this instance, you can see this space is kind of modified. User can mark up the change and connect it to the as-built drawings product information that is associated with the change. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see that. So this space is changed, and I'm connecting that information to the set of as-built documents. So users can open up the interactive floor plan, and then they can quickly look at all the changes. If I go back, you can see that changes. So here is all the list of changes that happen in this floor, and user can control the visibility of it. And clicking on one of the change, pull up quick menus where users can open up all the as-built documents, all the product information related to this change. This is a sort of an ingenious way to manage small changes on a building. So with that, we are trying to improve the change management process and reduce the burden on facilities team to keep the drawings up to date. So then, I know we have a lot to cover. I'm going to just move on quickly. But if you have any questions on that, we'll save it for later. I'm going to move on to the next enhancement is improved location structure. This is one of the big enhancements in response to the direct feedback from some of our big healthcare and life science customers. So with these customer groups, their use cases are very specific. In many cases, the customers have to maintain multiple buildings, include a site that are interconnected. For example, let's take a healthcare facility. They have a central healthcare building, they may have a central utility plant, and they may have parking garage, and then a lot of site utilities to manage. Previously, customers are required to create separate facilities, but that has some challenges, right? The first challenge is interconnectivity between these buildings. So central utility plant is connected to healthcare. If we create separate facilities, we lose that interconnectivity. And also managing site utilities. Site utilities are kind of spread out between these buildings, so it's hard to manage site utilities. And the last challenge is document management. So it's hard to separate out these documents because of the nature of these documents and how interconnected these buildings are. So to specifically address this challenge, we are introducing a more scalable way to manage these locations. So now users can create multiple buildings and manage inside a facility. So in this example, we have a facility with the office tower, right? So we have a facility with the office tower. We have a central utility plant, and then we have a parking garage. Everything is sitting inside this sort of a facility scenario. These are not just a location hierarchy. These have an inherent workflows built into it in terms of managing documents, managing tenant improvements, managing projects. So it's more than a location hierarchy with specific workflows and use cases. So this provides the ability for users to manage information on a different level. I can proudly say that this is the only digital plan room solution kind of manages documents in various levels, that is including these small tenant improvement projects to a campus level document management, and provides that same capability of finding information across the board without losing the connectivity between these buildings. This is one of the significant enhancements that we made to locations. And also we have introduced some key enhancements in terms of organizing and grouping the locations. Every client have a different requirement in terms of how they want to consume this location information. So we are introducing ability to group and organize locations in a meaningful way. So for example, a healthcare building, users may want to organize the buildings by operating rooms, nurse call stations, patient rooms. In a life science building, user may want to organize the building by lab spaces, clean rooms, like office spaces. In a hospitality building, user may want to organize it by suites and room types. So previously, we provided only one way to organize location, floors and rooms. We are now expanding that to support different ways to organize location without modifying the underlying data structure. So users can still maintain floors and rooms, but users can also add location type as an attribute. They can add custom groups as an attribute and use that attribute to visualize these locations in a meaningful way. And this is not just visualization. There are also workflows associated to it. For example, if they wanted to compute an area, so areas can roll up and roll down into the location type. Users can quickly say, hey, what is my total area for office space? What is my total area for lab space? What is my total area for clean rooms? So with this enhancements, all of these are possible without losing the data integrity. I was just showing the organization of location type, where you can see all these rooms are organized by this location type. Now by simple click on the drop down, I can change the group. Now we can see these locations are organized by suites, which is an important use case for hospitality customers. To summarize, we have made significant enhancements to locations to directly address the needs of the customer, and also different core markets such as healthcare, hospitality, life science customers. So there are some major enhancements in this quarter. I would suggest everyone to try it out and provide feedback. One thing I wanted to highlight is we are always listening, and every improvement that we make is a direct response to the customer feedback. So if you have any feedback to any of these features or anything that you want to be built or you think is a pain point for the facilities management, reach out to us. So to summarize, we made some significant enhancement to the search. We introduced collections. We introduced interactive floor plans. We enhanced change management, and we significantly made some improvement to the location structure, starting from grouping of the location, managing multiple buildings inside a facility. So these are the highlights from 2024 until June, and a lot more to come. So with that, I wanted to jump in to the 2024 rest of this year roadmap and what is cooking beyond 2024. So here is a quick summary. As part of our ambitious plan, we are currently working on building out a modern, robust, intelligent ticket management system. So we are already a digital plan room solution, and we are planning to build a ticket management system. The reason is because our market research and interactions with customers have revealed that only half of the market uses a computerized maintenance management system. And still many rely on spreadsheets, paper-based workflows, and other methods. Even those customers with this computerized maintenance management system still face challenges in adapting to the current needs. So in response to that customer feedback and market need, we are planning to introduce a simplified ticketing system that includes like work orders, preventative maintenance, service requests. So SiteLine will still be able to support the customers with an existing CMMS system through our virtual investigation capabilities, through the digital plan room solution, but we are also going to offer a simplified ticketing solution for those without one. And then tagging along to that, the next area that we will be focusing on is mobile application for field workflows. And lastly, we will be integrating an AI assistant into VueOps work order system and also into the digital plan room solution to boost the productivity of the facilities team. So we'll dive a little bit deep into this roadmap. Just wanted to spend a few minutes more on this. So we'll start with what we are working right now and the rest half of this year. So like I was mentioning, we are working on a simplified ticketing system. This is a major enhancement to the existing warranty building post-construction warranty system. So what we are working on right now is supporting multiple ticket types. We would be supporting work orders, we would be supporting service requests, we would be supporting preventative maintenance. That kind of leads us to the way of supporting programs and recurring tasks. So program supports compliance, inspections, preventative maintenance. User can set up these kind of recurring monthly, quarterly, or custom-defined tasks for preventative maintenance and compliance and inspections. The next area would be parts and inventory management, ability to track and manage parts, which is a crucial aspect of a ticketing system. And the last one is cost and time logging, ability for technicians to log time, helping the facilities managers with costing, reporting, capacity planning, analytics. So these are all the areas that we will be tackling first with respect to the ticketing system. The next big item on our roadmap is mobile. So we have always supported mobile users with SiteLine responsive UI. But what we feel right now is we wanted to create a dedicated mobile app because we wanted to deliver the same benefits of SiteLine when they're offline. So digital plan room solution can be a big game changer in an offline environment as well. So this mobile app will help building engineers to manage all their tasks and take their digital plan room on the go, anywhere in the field. So lastly, the one I'm really excited about is AI integration. The reason why I'm excited is the amount of potential AI integration has on SiteLine and in terms of enhancing workflows. We have identified several areas that I want to highlight only few. the number one is AI-assisted search. This can significantly improve our search built on the digital plan room, where instead of giving documents and assets and locations as a result, we can provide more curated response, synthesized response, similar to what Google does. You ask a question, rather than getting a bunch of links, now Google provides an answer for that question. So we wanted to take the search to a next level where we provide synthesized response. The next one is automated data extraction. Facility onboarding is a challenge, always for existing or new construction. So we are looking into AI workflows that can help do the facility data onboarding faster, meaning converting the unstructured building data into a more structured, dynamic facilities data. And the third key area is auto generation of these PM tasks. What we learned from these big hospitality customers and big pharmaceutical life science customer is it's super challenging to set up a preventative maintenance program or an inspection program. It's very, very time consuming. So through AI and with all the intelligence of documents coming out of construction and facilities, we can auto-generate this whole PM schedule and inspection program, which can significantly reduce the setup cost for users and improve their workflow. So these are some of the areas that we will be focusing on now and in near future. I'm really excited about the roadmap, and I'm really excited about all the enhancements that we did in this 2024 and how it directly addresses the needs of the customer. So again, I wanted to emphasize on the customer feedback. So we are always listening. If you have any feedback, please send us the feedback, and we'll through email or contacting the customer support. So with that, I'll just do a quick summary. We have come to the closure. We have covered a lot of exciting ground in today's webinar. A quick recap. So we did major releases this year, half of this year. Suggestive search, collections, interactive floor plans, significant enhancement to the location structure, change management. And furthermore, we shared our current roadmap priorities, including introduction of the simplified ticket management system. That includes work orders, service requests, preventative maintenance, compliance. And we are also talked about SiteLine mobile application to support field workflows, to support offline. And the last one is talking about the potential of AI integration into SiteLine. I'm really excited about the overall roadmap. I'm looking forward to hear your feedback. With that, thank you so much for your time and participation. It's been a pleasure sharing these developments with you guys. Thank you so much. I'll turn it over to Christy.
Thanks so much, Shyam. That's lots of really awesome, great information. We did have an open session on question and answer, and Mike has been answering some of the questions, a lot of the questions during the session as well, but there's a couple that I think would be good to reiterate to the whole group. And before I do that, let us know in the chat what feature you are really excited about, your team would be excited about using. Please let us know. And then also, if you have any other questions, feel free to add them to the chat, and I'll be checking the chat as well as the question and answer category here. The first one that I want to reiterate is, how is the information and documentation populated into the floor plan? Do users manually have to link that information?
That's a great question. So there are a couple of ways, right? We have built a product to support self-service, where users can upload these floor plans, drop the pins and connect it to an asset. And we also have a facilities onboarding team, which helps with the data onboarding, where they will help the customers with setting up these floor plans, adding assets and locations to those floor plans. With the existing building, there is also a support where users can walk the building, drop the pins, and document all the assets. So there are a few ways. We provide self-service support where customers can do it on their own or reach out to us. We have a super awesome facilities data onboarding team, which can also help with the setup.
Kind of along those lines, do you only utilize floor plans or do you also utilize elevations, sections, and or details?
It's not restricted to floor plans. Any of these documents can be declared as a floor plan document. But the only challenge with these elevations is these elevations kind of spread between different floors. So it's hard to pin them to a particular floor. So we also have ability to put these drawings on a building level because if we take an electrical one-line drawing, that kind of spread across levels. So we do support, to give you a short answer, we do support all sorts of drawing types. That includes elevation sections. But we wanted to understand a little bit more about the use case rather than saying yes or no. I would like to learn more about the pain point that we are trying to solve, the use case we are trying to support. So we can make sure that we understand the use case and we support it in a right way.
Have users been using some of these new features?
Yes, of course. The first couple of features that we rolled out, we see a lot of traction. Where some of these later features we discussed, we just rolled it out, so we are yet to see the customer feedback on those. But some of those features related to this universal search, we can see from the usage patterns that customers are using this kind of a unified search quite often, where they are not navigating between different modules. They are trying to find all of this information from one place. So yes, they are using it and we are learning from it and then we are building on it.
Could you kind of expand on the collections feature a little bit? I know customers are using collections. Can you give an example of how?
Yeah, so I'll take a scenario where customers have to save these life safety plans or emergency evacuation plans and access them in case of emergency. So a possible workflow is where all these life safety plans and emergency evacuation plans are saved as collections. When it's saved as collection, it gives instantaneous access to facilities. Especially when there is an emergency, there is no time for looking for information. It has to happen in seconds, right? So with that collections, a user would be able to save all of those documents and access them instantaneously. And also giving access to those documents to first responders or safety crew. When a first responder is coming in, when an emergency crew coming in, giving instant access to those documents. They don't have to be a SiteLine user. So those collections can be shared with any vendor or external party where they can access all of those documents without needing to log in. So this is one use case where we can instantly create a collection and share with internal and external team members.
We also have we have a customer success team. We have a knowledge base. If you're ever in, when you are in SiteLine, if you have any questions, please reach out to our support team. We are here to support our users whenever needed. And we have a full set of knowledge-based articles too to answer questions while you're in SiteLine and getting used to the new features, etc. How do you see operations and field teams being integrated to VueOps? In your vision, what will be the vessel to educating and applying this software to the field to transform operations? That's a big question, Shanam. That's a big one.
Can you ask the question again, Chrissy? I'm trying to digest the question.
Yeah, it's a really big question, so I'm gonna streamline it a little bit. I think it really speaks to educating facility management teams out there. How do you feel like this software can really impact their day-to-day operations?
Uh, yeah, I mean, there are a couple of key areas that we see this software can hugely impact in a current state. So number one, we talked about this digital plan room. So when we say digital plan room, it's not from a document perspective. It's capturing the knowledge with the aging workforce, aging building. And there is a huge transition happening in the facilities management industry where the new workforce is coming into the building to take care of the building. So it's the responsibility of the existing team to transfer the knowledge from the crew, the old crew to the new crew. So it's critical to translate all of that knowledge information into a system where they can hand it over to the new crew coming in, the new workforce coming into this facilities management arena. So that's where we think the digital plan room plays a key function, is kind of translating this knowledge and also helping them with training the workforce. So I think from a training standpoint, from a facilities management standpoint, I think this is where we can help.
This question's about the free trial that we have for some of our clients. Are there any features that you're talking about that are not available during the free trial?
Right now, it's not restricted. Right, the only part that we need to talk about is the facility onboarding. Is it self-service or are we helping? So I think from a technical standpoint, from a feature standpoint, none of these are restricted in a free trial. So users are, have full ability to explore all the workflows of VueOps SiteLine.
This is a good question, Shanam. If a team already has a CMMS in place, how does SiteLine add value?
That's a great question. That's a great question. The reason is because we work with a lot of the customers who already have a CMMS system. They've invested millions of dollars on a CMMS system. That could be a legacy system that holds a lot of the data. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to bridge this gap with digital plan room. So first, I'm going to give a long answer and a short answer. So the CMMS system will help us to manage the work, right? So it's a ticketing system, will help us to manage the task. But what VueOps provides is the context. So through digital plan room, through virtual investigation, we will be supporting the customers who already have a CMMS system by providing that knowledge and information and the context that they need to perform work orders and tasks. So the short answer is yes, we do support the customers with the CMMS system through digital plan room. For the customers who don't have a CMMS system, we are planning to provide a simplified ticketing system along with digital plan room.
Great. Couple of more. Feel free to add to the chat. Let us know what features you like as well. For the mobile app, is it available in both Android and iOS?
So we are looking into first starting with an iOS application because most of our customer base is relying on an iOS iOS device. So we will be focusing on the iOS on the first the first release. And then based on the customer feedback and usage, we might expand it to Android devices if a lot of our customers are using Android. But we are starting with iOS for mobile application.
And when you're thinking about AI, what are some of the use cases that you're considering for AI?
That's a great question. I can talk for hours, but I'm gonna limit it to like few. So the first one is the synthesized response we talked about. The synthesized response is rather than giving documents, assets, and location, we give them answers. So if a user is asking, give me a maintenance history of this particular asset, we kind of give a history of the asset, not from a data standpoint, from a direct answer standpoint. So if the user is trying to find a location for the equipment, the user is trying to find the model number or manufacturer, we can directly provide answers in the form of synthesized response. Right. The second one is generating PM tasks, setting up the PM schedule, which I'm really excited about because we have heard from a lot of our customers that setting up a PM program or an inspection program or a compliance program is a time-consuming task. A lot of the facilities don't do it because it takes a lot of time, and when the facility is transferred from construction to operation, it takes at least 6 months to 1 year to set up a PM program. With AI integration, we can quickly create these PM programs depending on the information available and also information coming out of construction. That's number two. The number three use case is ability to access all of this information. We need that information first. So data onboarding is a crucial aspect, and it takes it takes quite a bit of time to actually onboard the data. With AI, we can quickly extract all of that information from construction documents or from operation documents and convert the structured data, unstructured data into a structured data and make it usable. So I think these are like three critical use cases that we can address right away, which can add significant value to the customers from day one.
That's really exciting. Here's another question that just came in. On benchmarking assets, are VueOps customers interested in collecting benchmark data for facility assets to reduce risks and recapitalization expenses?
So I'm trying to provide with the context of VueOps. What I wanted to do is I wanted to save this question, and probably you can save the user, and maybe we can quickly chat about the benchmarking and how this works and how we can support this use case.
Okay, Mike's also, it's a message coming in our Q&A section, so Mike's also answering, but and then I'd say let's wrap this up with our final question, which is, do any of these new features significantly change the UI of SiteLine? Like, does it look different? Shadam, did you get that question?
Sorry, was it a...
And the last question is, do any of these new features change the way SiteLine looks? Is it a new UI?
So we haven't made any significant changes to the UX, but part of our 2024 roadmap is to enhance the user experience and information architecture so it's easy to consume. There are few UX changes in terms of universal search. We are trying to create a more holistic UX for users to consume documents, assets, and locations. And we are also introducing some user experience for accessing floor plans, but there is no overhaul of the UX. And we will be looking at that in the 2024 in terms of enhancing our overall information architecture and the user experience for tickets.
Awesome. Well, with that last question, I want to wrap it up today. I want to remind everyone that our customer success team is here to help you with SiteLine at any time. We have incredible trainings on SiteLine. It's really one of our key differentiators, training and success. We really want to make sure that those who are using SiteLine are feeling really good about it and understanding all the features and how they can benefit their facility operations. Please reach out, support at VueOps.com anytime, or any one of us directly. We'd be happy to help. I will send out this recording to all as well. So thank you again for attending, and we will catch you at our next webinar. Have a good day, everybody.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
Bye.